guys, it's Monday again, and for today I'm going to do a little what I've read in May and what I'm going to read in June, or what I've started reading since it's already a third way through June. So yeah, booktubers usually call this the May wrap up and then the June to be read, or TBR. So we'll start with what I read in May. Because of thesising and finalizing and all of that kind of crap, I only read 2 books. The Book Thief, which was my punishment from when I when I didn't do a video back in August of last year because of New Jersey Convention. Kirsten had originally assigned me to do 50 Shades of Grey, and I was like, ain't happening. So she assigned The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, and it took me an entire year to read this thing, pretty much. And in the end, I'm so glad I read it. It is an amazing book. The last 60 pages, I was completely bawling, and I love Death's perspective. I think he's a really interesting character, and I think it's really cool how Zuzak wrote everything that went on in World War II from Death's point of view, and Death had a lot of things to do during World War II. Loved this book. Another one that I really loved that I finished towards the end was Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore. Now, this is pretty much about this guy who, he was a graphic designer, but the company he was working for kind of completely went down. He was trying to find a job, and he found this job in this little corner of the wall bookstore that's vertical and was just really odd, but the guy who owned it just offered him a job, and he started working the night shift, and a lot of weird stuff went on, and found out the whole bookstore and the person who owned the bookstore was part of this cult around this font called Garrett Zune, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And it's just a really cute mystery and just so geeky. This book, it's just my best friend. I love this book. It felt so sad for it to be over, even though he gave a really good little epilogue. And I just love books about books. And it was really cool because it kind of explored the whole technology versus traditional technology, books type of argument, and kind of showed that technology has its strong points, but traditional media also has its strong points that technology could never replace. And I really love that about the book. I love the book itself because it's glow in the dark, which I've showed Kirsten, and I think I've shown Liz. And yeah, I love this book. Me and this book could get married. But that would be weird. Going to what I am going to be reading in June, or what I have already been reading. The first one is The Fifth Wave, which of course I'm reading for the Fangirl Exchange. I'm about 2/3 way through. This is actually a really quick read. Despite it being 1,000 pages. Well, not 1,000, but it feels like 1,000, or it looks like 1,000. And yeah, I really like this. So I'm excited to talk about it. I'm going to read is Changeless, which is about this girl named Alexia, who's badass and hilarious, and Lord Macon, who is hot and adorable, and I love me some Macon, and got married at the end of the first one, and I'm excited to see what happens in the second one. And then there's Night Circus, which one of my coworkers has been bugging me to read for the longest time. I'm about 100 pages into it, and I love it so far. It's about this magician who's left with the care of his daughter, who he wasn't really involved with, but the magician trains his daughter to become a magician as well, and also kind of bets her life against this one guy that he can raise a magician, and so they're supposed to kill each other, but apparently they end up falling in love. And so far, I love the writing. I think it's going to be a really cute book. Apparently it gave Alice a book hangover, so I'm going to be having a lot of those this year, or this month, if the fifth wave does the same. So yeah, awesome. I highly recommend this to both of you. And the last one is First Frost. This is actually an independent book. I met the author at a book signing at our store, and she's super nice. She's a local author. She lives in Delaware, and her name's Liz De Jesus. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not entirely sure. I'll put the link in a doobly-doo. But I'm really excited for this. One of my coworkers already read it. She said she loves it, and yeah, it's pretty much like modern day fairy tale kind of thing. The main character's family has a children's museum about like fairy tales and mythological creatures, which I thought was a really cool concept to begin with, and I'm really excited because I met the author, and that always makes it more exciting. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hoping to read, those 4 books. It's a lot of books, considering I only read 2 last week, but, yeah. So, there hasn't been a whole lot going on in my real life, so not much to say. Just been working. So, I will see you, Kirsten, on Wednesday.